Hello, mortals. I am the Booktube Goddess, the #1 drag queen booktuber on YouTube. This is a get ready with me where I put on drag makeup before I film booktube videos. And we have Lori. Thank you for coming, Lori. Oh, and of course we have Lynette. Thank you both for showing up as per usual. So I guess we can just get into it. What's everyone reading? I'm not going to tell you what I'm reading now because it's a book I picked for Shelve It or Shove It. But I did finish Daughter of the Moon Goddess. Gosh, I forgot the author's name. I'll look it up. But it was a good book. That definitely gets my blessing. It is romance heavy. And it's an adult book. I believe it's an adult. Yeah, I picked it as an adult book, but it had a lot of young adult tropes. The author is Sue Lynn Tan, and I think it would be a great novel for someone that's like into young adult that wants to sort of transition to more adult books because, like I said, it is adult. It is kind of dark too, which I liked. And the reason to read it is because of the writing. The writing is really unique. And, well, I think it's very, very well written on a prose level. But if you really don't like any of the romance tropes, might not be the book for you. But I enjoyed it. Yay, Cappuccino's here. Lori is reading The Art of the English Mystery. Is that nonfiction? The art. Like the writing craft or the actual like artwork inspired? Ooh, Animal Farm. I haven't read that. I won't even tell you how many decades it's been. But I was a big George Orwell buff. I even read his, I mean, everyone always reads Animal Farm in 1984, but I also read his Down and Out in Paris and London. Is that it? And the name of a flower, I want to say aphrodisiac, but that has to be wrong. Amaranth? Something. Anyway, you can look it up. Neither of which is as good as 1984 and Animal Farm. But the Down and Out in Paris and London will turn you off of restaurants forever, so I don't recommend you read it. It really went into a lot of detail of some of the practices in restaurants, at least in the, 1940s. Okay, nonfiction. Might be Art of the English Murder, not sure right now. Oh, The History of Mystery. Oh, okay. I like that. Of course, everything must start. Actually, you probably will correct me, but I always think of Sherlock Holmes as sort of the first traditional mystery. Because I think Arthur Conan Doyle sort of set the bar for how mysteries were going forward. And then we get, was there anyone between Sherlock Holmes and Agatha Christie? There must have been. That's interesting. Electra. Is that the play Electra? What am I thinking of? The Other Black Girl Last Night. Huh. Okay, let's get started. I need to pick some colors. Well, let's start with black. Let's do what we've been doing, which I think it's been working. I don't know how great it looks compared to other drag makeup, but I think it's been working for me. Starting with the black on the sides. One thing I might do for my channel is cut down on the number of videos I'm making or posting. Haven't really decided, but if you don't know, I've been posting 6 videos a week for a long time. Well, at least 6 months. But 2 of those are shorts, which I film after I do this. So it's like 3 Booktube videos, 2 shorts, and then this live stream. But that turns out to be 6 a week, which is a lot. But I'm kind of thinking just to cut down to, or back to 2 videos. Or just 1 video. I was thinking about just doing a Critical Role video when they have Critical Role, and that's 3 times a month because the 4th week they don't film, and then just a normal Booktube video. I don't know, I haven't decided, but I'm thinking of it because I am getting a little bit burnt out. Okay, shall we just go purple, pink, or blue? I did red last week. Or did I do red last week? What did I do last week? The Devil's... What are we talking about? Oh yeah, the Lecture is the Greek play. Oh, a retelling by Jennifer Saint. Diablo Mesa by Douglas Preston. Ooh, thriller with a bit of sci-fi. I'm pretty sure I've read the play. I don't know about this retelling. Third Nora Kelly story. She's an archaeologist this time digging near Roswell. Ooh, I like that. Hey, it's my sister. Hey, Jackie. Thank you for showing up. I have seen an opera years ago adapted from Electra and set in 19th century New England. Huh, the Agamemnon figure was fighting in the U.S. Civil War. That's interesting. Okay, so... just going to start with purple, see where that goes. Thing is, this purple, it's purple in the pan, but on screen, after I put it down, it looks kind of pink. I guess it's just a purple with a big red base. Oh, purple will show up. There we go. Oh, what I think I want to film today, though, is finally doing a review on the Greenbone Saga. It's so hard to tell what videos do well or not. Because I actually thought, I don't know if you saw my timeline video, I thought that was going to do okay because I've seen other timeline videos that do well, but I don't know if it's because I only had data up to 2019, so it's not really up to date. But it really didn't do well at all. And I know my single book video reviews don't usually do great, but I mean, as a booktube channel, it just feels as though I ought to do. Okay, I'm going to try this color of purple to see if I can get any type of contrast. One thing about drag makeup, there's always these little sections where the color just doesn't want to stick because obviously I use glue to flatten my eyebrows. Okay. That is much more purple. I want to go back to the black. Oh, I just saw a series on TV based on, I think, young adult books called Alex Rider, which is Alex Rider is like a spy. It's an English series. I just find it so addictive. And the thing about it, because you hear the words high school spy, and you think of, was it Cody Banks, the high school spy, or middle grade, not middle grade, but kid spy. And those are kind of over-the-top, campy, or have humor in it. The Alex Rider series takes itself very seriously, and I love that. And the casting is so spot on. Like the actor, not to, I don't want to insult the actor, but he's one of those guys where you look at and you say, oh, he's a pretty cute looking boy. And then you look at him again and goes, well, he's kind of goofy looking. And then you look again, it's like, no, he's like on that border of sort of this goofy but yet attractive type person. So what I'm getting at is he's not one of those traditional CW perfect specimens of a young adult, but I'm sure the actor's probably in his 20s, but he looks convincingly like a high school kid. Oh, we have more people here. Oh, let me back up. Okay, Fit is here. I read about half of Animal Farm to the kids a couple years ago. It didn't stick for me though. Yeah, I don't think that's the allegory is so heavy on Animal Farm that I don't know if it really reads well just on a story level. Oh, Pedro, have I seen you here before? Thank you for coming, Pedro. Yeah, I wanted to do a series on authors. Well, I was calling it author exposés, but it's mostly, I mean, the two I've done is Marion Zimmer Bradley and David Eddings, who were horrible stories. But I was thinking of continuing that and doing, like I want to do Harlan Ellison because he's such a fascinating person. But unless it's very salacious, I'm not sure how well that's going to do if you do like Anne McCaffrey or Ursula K. Le Guin or Robert Heinlein might be interesting. But the other one I wanted to do was James Tiptree. That's an interesting story too. Yeah, controversial videos do well. Oh gosh, shall we get into current events? I thought we were over the Cold War when the Soviet Union broke up, but well, let's not talk about current events. Oh, the lack of Jack Vance reviews. That's interesting, Pedro. Jack Vance, I've read the Dying Earth. Where did I get Broken Earth? The Dying Earth, is it a series? I want to say it's a collection of shorter fiction that's kind of like a stitched together novel. And I'm pretty sure I've read some short stories. But the reason why Jack Vance should be read if you're into fantasy and Dungeons and Dragons is he was a big inspiration in Dungeons and Dragons, especially on the magic system. The Undying Earth. I said Dying Earth? Oh, Jackie, I used to love Harriet the Spy, yes. Without getting too much into it, I think there is a definite attraction as kids for spies or detectives like the Harriet the Spy, Nancy Drew, Hardy Boys. Does anyone remember Encyclopedia Brown? The first season is good, but it's better. But I had seen the first season a while ago, but then I was just last night saying, oh, there's the second season. I don't know when it came out. But I started watching it, and then I just got hooked and was up till like 3 a.m. watching it. I don't know Hugh Singleton. I have to look that one up. The Unquiet Earth. You guys, you're making me second guess what his books are called. Dying Earth, Undying Earth, Quiet Earth. Hugh Singleton. I don't know Hugh Singleton. Yeah, Harlan Ellison. He's a complete asshole, by the way. But he's, I want to say lovable asshole. I mean, he's done some things that are pretty rotten, but top 10 short stories. Yeah, I used to call him the best science fiction author who never was, because he was such a procrastinator that, and most of his short stories were written in that period where a short story, you could make more money writing short stories than you could novels, 50s, 60s. And that's when he was most prolific, and then he went to editing Dangerous Visions. But he always considered himself a writer, a literary writer. So I don't know if he was scared to write, but he never really did long fiction. Okay, Dying Earth. Very good. I love mysteries, Nancy Drew Hardy voice. See, I went right into speculative. I went right into let's say middle school era was huge into Edgar Rice Burroughs, who was having a renaissance at the time. I don't know why. Because I think I've mentioned this before, when I was reading Edgar Rice Burroughs, it didn't occur to me that what I was reading wasn't recent, because they had released all his novels with new covers, and yeah, I just assumed, as you do, that if it's new on the bookshelf, it's a new book. Also, I was really getting into Heinlein's juvenile books at the time. Still recommend those. They're a bit dated in terms of sexism, or not sexism, but in patriarchal structures. They may turn people off that are modern readers, but I still love his juvenile fiction. Actually, one of his best ones was Podkayne of Mars, which is written from the perspective of a young girl. And then there was like a spattering of different science fiction and fantasy that I would find in the middle school library. Then, of course, I found Lord of the Rings. And by high school, it was just all science fiction. At that point, I had moved on from, I don't think there was young adult at the time. But yeah, after middle school, I definitely moved on just to adult science fiction. Sci-Fi Channel often tells cool stories about Asimov, Ellison, Silverberg, yeah. Yeah, Pedro, check out Fit to be Red's channel. Oh, happy birthday. Oh, did I skip this? Birthday money. You're so funny. Oh, speaking of which, it's been about a month on YouTube that I've been monetized. And my estimated revenue is $38. And and that number is inflated because of you guys on the chat. I think I got like $12 or something in chat donation. So my actual income from videos is like $20, which is about what I suspected, about $20 a month. Gosh, let me start with this. I'm going to be here forever if I don't. Does purple go with blue? I mean, I always do like purple and pink and purple and orange. And I don't do green because of green screen. What's a Roy G. Biv? Blue, indigo, violet. I have a feeling blue is not going to work because these purples are on such a red. Do I have a... Maybe I'll just do all purple. There's an idea. Why don't I just do all purple today? In which case, let me go back. Oh, where's that brush I was using dark purple for? Okay. That Beatles song. Oh, when it was 64. I was thinking about on the White Album, they had that Happy Birthday song that was kind of trippy. Okay, so we're going to do all purple, which means I'm going to drag this darker purple. Oh, what I want to do is I want to cut my crease higher, and I did draw my eyebrows higher, so let's... Okay, this may look crazy, but I'm going to see... See, this is where my eyebrows glued down, and it just doesn't want to stick. So I have to pack it on, I guess. Okay. So if I cut my crease way up here, well, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. You know what I've never done is I've never put drag makeup on anyone else. I think it would be... I think it would be easier. Because you'd be able to see like the whole face rather than like looking through mirrors, and you'd have like more control rather than going at these odd hand angles. But I could be wrong. Okay, let's go to a lighter purple. Yeah, sorry I'm not talking much during, you aren't used to seeing these live streams. Sometimes I get lost in trying to put down this makeup. Oh, look how patchy this is. Yikes. lot of this pastiness, like I said, has to do with gluing down your eyebrows and the color or the pigment just reacting differently to certain sections, even though I try to prime it with, well, I use clown white. Well, okay, now I'm going to go in with a lighter purple. So fascinating. Oh, this is really blue. Oh, there's no going back now. I know I'm flipping around, trying to do colors. It's not going so well. I mean, one way to help is to put down like a colored cream underneath these colors. Okay. Well, not really sure how this is going to turn out, but that's what makes it fun. Okay, ooh, you guys are chatting away. I love it. Oh, Cappuccino's getting a sandwich. I want a sandwich. Oh, the world. Oh, thanks, Jackie. I haven't read GARP. See, there's a part of my reading history is reading things my father read, because he was a big reader as well. But our tastes never really coincided, because he would very rarely read science fiction, and he never read any fantasy. But he was big into sort of like the popular mass market books, as well as mysteries. I think later he got into thrillers, but when I was growing up, it was like mysteries. Nero Wolfe, Rick Stout's Nero Wolfe, and John D. McDonald's Travis McGee books, and some others. But one of them was World According to Garp. And I like John Irving. I like the book. The movie, I didn't think the movie was that good. I mean, it had Robin Williams, and it had, what's his face from Third Rock from the Sun, playing a trans person, which was an interesting choice because the character, I believe, was like a football player who transitioned. So, ooh, $21 on Kindle. That is steep. Why is it so much? I don't get it. Loved Garp, but his other books didn't interest me as much. What else did he write? I get him confused in my mind. Who wrote Portnoy's Complaint? That wasn't John Irving, was it? See, a lot of those books sort of are fuzzy in my mind. Yeah. Who's the other author I liked that was kind of in that vein? Wrote Still Life with Woodpecker, which I liked a lot, and Even the Cowgirls Get the Blues. I think you wrote that one. I mean, I'm at the computer. I should look this stuff up. Oh, you've only seen the movie. Book is better. See, I on the new release books, because it's Shelve It or Shove It, and when I get one of those new release books, a lot of them are like in the $12 range, which is a lot. But I think that's standard for new releases. Is the prices are inflated, which is why I get annoyed when I spend that much and I find out it's a novella. It's like $3. I wouldn't care so much, but the anti-vaccine movement on Scribd. Tender is the flesh, properly disturbed. Why is that so familiar? That those words together are familiar. Andrew Wakefield. Yeah, I like. Sometimes sci-fi is at its best when it's disturbing. Oh yeah, trigger warnings go. Well, you guys know that site because I usually stick with Goodreads and it's mostly just to track the books and to see the new release list. But that other site that you guys go to has a much better trigger warning system. Yeah, John Lithgow, thank you. Oh, Philip Roth. How could I get them confused? Yeah. Oh, Every Word Cider House Rules. I have not read that, but I did see the movie. And that is actually a good movie, I think. Okay. Blanks and black down, hopefully. Yeah, I don't know why my father would get, because he was so into like the mystery, I want to say thriller type genre. But you know, those manly books. He would get, I guess if a book was getting a lot of hype, he would get it. And he would always get James Michener. which I don't know if people really know James Michener much anymore. But I remember when his books used to come out, it was like an event. The James Michener book was coming out. And his last one was on the space race, is that right? We are going back to like the 70s. 70s, 80s. Okay, did I just make a mess? I just did this side. No, it's okay. It's just so patchy here. Just want to... Yeah, no color is sticking here. Which means I'm probably going to cover it in black and have a huge wing. Back with my sandwich and a fresh glass of water. You are so healthy, drinking water. Oh, yay! Your booster is in effect. Potato chips. Oh, that sucks. I actually have not been, since I've moved to Las Vegas, I haven't been to one bookstore. And the only thing I went to was that book festival. Okay, so I think I'm going to cut the crease and I haven't really thought too far on glitter. I was thinking of like gold, because purple and gold go well together. I'm just pulling out some gold glitter. I have a lot of gold glitter. I think it's so much gold glitter. Okay. So let's cut the crease and then we'll go to eyeliner. Sounds like a plan. Oh, Fit, you like the purple. Yay. Tear coffee. I guzzle coffee. Ooh, iced chocolate. Iced chocolate. That's like a... I'm thinking of like chocolate, Nestle's chocolate milk. But... Oh, thank you, Kat. Iced chocolate. That sounds good. I haven't had chocolate milk in forever. But when you say iced chocolate, is that like a Yoo-hoo? Which is what, chocolate flavored water? I also used to like the Nestle's strawberry flavoring. Okay. Oh, you know what I'm going to cut? Because I always forget. It's this brow bone, or the underbrow. Yeah, I've been liking skinny dark brows. I don't know why. They definitely aren't in. and a little on the brow. And I just set it with some white powder. Oh, these do not match. Oh, shoot. I got a little white. Okay. So a little glitter glue and some gold. And then we'll go on to the eyeliner. How are we doing? Iced chocolate is chocolate milk with ice cream and whipped cream. Oh, okay. So it's a shake. We call them shakes. My son-in-law doesn't like chocolate. That made me suspicious. Some people just do not have a sweet tooth. Wow. She seems very strict. I don't know why I'm saying that, but it sounds like a very strict person. Yeah, sometimes I have a little bit too much of a sweet tooth. I need to read that book about the history of the world in 6, or is it 7 glasses? I don't know what that book is. History of potatoes. Ooh, yeah, salt was a pretty big one. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to pulling out some gold and okay, I'm going to try a different shade of gold and see if this even. Then I'm going to go to just a little bit of white glitter. To transition. Oops. So, I don't know if you could tell if there's two types of gold. Abolitionists in England would not take any sugar in their tea because of the slaves? Oh, interesting. The Quakers ended up apologizing over their involvement in the chocolate trade. Yeah, Quakers are pretty interesting religion. Okay, well, hopefully this looks okay because we're going to do it on the other side of the eye. This is a process. Okay, so there is the glitter. And I'm going to use a little bit of black to see if it can pretend to be blended. Okay. Okay. The opening up of North America to trade around the world brought in so many new foods across the ocean. Tomatoes. I think it's funny the history of tomatoes um, being considered a poison. Uh, I guess when the settlers first arrived in America, and I remember there was this story about some guy who decided that he was going to make it his mission to get Americans to accept tomatoes, and he like stood on a street corner eating tomatoes and freaking people out because they thought he was going to die. Thought he was poisoning himself. I've known a couple Quakers, and they are the nicest people. Very gentle people. At least the ones I've known. Okay. Putting away some of that glitter. Let's see. There we go. Yeah, I'm taking the wing way up here. And I'm only doing it because I want to cover the patchiness. Oh dear. Uh, North America does not have a great reputation for chocolate. I mean, our big thing was Hershey's, which a lot of people don't like. There's a series of Rikshian books about food. That is so interesting. Yeah, you're right. Food is missing from sci-fi books. I mean, I'm sure there are exceptions. I just can't think of any. Oh, Quakers were prominent in Tasmania. Did not know that. And hats. If you like hats, read Jack's hats. There's some different foods of Star Trek. Ooh, pan-fried sausages in Zinfandel Tavern dishes. And alcohol. Don't forget the Romulan ale. You know, speaking of food, just thought of this just because I'm thinking of doing my video today on the Jade, the Greenbone series. There was a lot of talk of food in that series, wasn't there? There was like the fried squids, the famous dumplings from whoever's restaurant. Oh shoot, where's my Inglot gel liner? Did I put it here? Yes, I did. Okay. All I know is that Fonda Lee, the writer, made those squid dumplings sound delicious. Of course, it was deep fried. Anything deep fried is. I guess that's not like exotic alien food. Oh, you know, a food description which was not delicious, but I just loved in The Expanse. The like the rations was called kibble, like kibble and bits. I thought that was hilarious. dokie. And let's. I'm on the home stretch, so I'm not saying much. I'm just trying to focus on finishing this up. Okay, so that's where we are with the eyes. And brush it off. Try a little bit of blush, not blush. Oh, actually, let's put on some blush, and then we'll put on some highlighter. Okay. Okay, I think that's where we're going to end the eyes and the base makeup. So we can struggle with the lips next. Oh, I really liked last week using eyeshadow as a lip liner. So maybe I'll do eyeshadow for my entire lips. So do red. The trick is getting a dark enough color for the liner. Okay. Okay. So we will. mm, Okay. And then I have some of this shimmery red. Let's see. So this is all eyeshadow, which is crazy because I put some shimmer on, so it kind of gives it the illusion of being wet when my lips are actually dry as shit. So I don't know. We'll see where we go with that. But I need to put on eyelashes. And my God, we're almost done. Did you know Lauren Green recorded an album once of old timey? Well, that doesn't surprise me because he was on Bonanza. I almost said Green Acres. I was like, not Green Acres. Bonanza. He didn't do a second album for a reason. Well, you know who was funny was William Shatner. William Shatner is actually the first rapper if you listen to his album from the 60s. Oh, thank you, Lori. I saw Leonard Nimoy on one of his last appearances at a Star Trek convention. And just out of nowhere, he's just sort of mumbly singing Bilbo, Bilbo Baggins. And the crowd went crazy. Oh yeah, if you want to hear something hilarious, look up William Shatner. I think he did Rocket Man or something from the Mamas and the Papas. He basically knew he couldn't sing, so it was sort of like spoken word. Um, it was sort of like one of the beat poets. Uh, if you've ever heard like Allen Ginsberg or something, who, by the way, I saw at the University of Maryland doing an impromptu performance in the atrium in the 80s. Um, yeah. Trust me, Shatner, or Nimoy could hold more of a tune than Shatner. Yes, yes. Cappuccino knows what I'm talking about. Well, I'm always surprised when there's like actors with really good singing voices. Well, I'm not surprised because they do train with their voice. If they're like a Meryl Streep or something like that, and they have any sort of um, sense of rhythm and aren't tone deaf, there's several actors with very good voices. But I personally see nothing wrong with lip syncing if you can't sing and having someone else do voiceovers, which is why I never understood. Yes, Meryl Streep can sing, and yes, oh, I forget her name. Uh, One of her friends that were Jane Baranski can sing. I mean, she's like a theater singer. The other person in that trio could not sing. None of the men could sing. They did get singers to do the boy and girl, the young boy and girl leads. But why did they allow Pierce Bronson to sing a song and just not have him lip sync over someone who could sing? I think it would have made the movie much more enjoyable. And who cares if he's not actually the one singing? I mean, most of the times they're lip syncing over their own voices anyway, so. Hope I'm not offending anyone for dissing the Mamma Mia movie, but it was not my favorite musical in terms of musicals. Some people I just like watching. Like I love watching Meryl Streep. I'm one of those people. Like the movie She Devil. I don't think it's a great movie. But just watching Meryl Streep's performance of the romance author is pretty good. I never really understood people thinking Roseanne Barr could act like that. Her show Roseanne, never really enjoyed it because I just didn't think, I just thought her acting was really flat. But maybe that was the character. I don't know. But She Devil, did not like, I did not think Roseanne Barr's performance was very believable, but I did love watching Meryl Streep sort of eat the scenery by playing an over-the-top soap opera, not soap opera, but romance author. transferring some of the glue from the lash to my lid. By the way, She Devil is based on a, if I talked about this before, well, if I do, if I repeat myself, I'm sorry. It is based on a popular book, I want to say the 80s, because I was the assistant manager of a Crown bookstore, and I remember seeing it, or restocking it a lot. Life and Love of a She-Devil. The BBC made a much more accurate version to the book than that Hollywood movie version. But it's much darker. The story itself is, if you've only seen the Roseanne Barr, Meryl Streep version, the original story is much, much darker. Okay, I want to brighten up under the eye with some light. Oh shoot, I just put white in my lashes. So it would have made sense to do this first. But when have I ever made sense? Okay. Oh boy. Oh, what effect? I saw Pierce Bronson. Pierce Bronson, that was tragic, yeah. I mean, it took a silly, not very deep, but sort of fun movie and just sort of, in my opinion, didn't ruin it, but didn't do themselves any favor by some of those choices. Okay, Pedro, see ya. Pierce Bronson wrote his own song. They're all Abba songs. Oh, Billy Boyd singing Return. Oh, okay. It was the other hobbits who told Peter Jackson that Billy could sing after he did a song in a karaoke bar. Cool. Oh yeah, that was gross. Talking about eating tomatoes. Oh, by Hi, Lori. Oh, sorry, I'm a little late on saying goodbye to people. Oh man, there is nothing better if, I don't know if you guys garden, but if you are somehow, a friend of yours grows fresh tomatoes with, just with salt and pepper, but with also olive oil or a salad dressing is. I also really love beet salads. If you get like a nicely prepared fresh beet salad. I know a lot of people don't like beets, but sometimes I think it's just um, how they're prepared. Okay, so let's grab a wig. We're going with the purple theme. Let's do a purple wig. Try to zoom out so you can actually see the darn wig. I like these earrings, but every time I like wear them in a video, you actually hear them clank around because I make like movements. What happened to this earring? There it goes. The issue with getting cheap jewelry. Coming to a close. And I believe this is the final look. We got the purple and the gold lids. I was trying to do two types of gold. I don't know if they really, I was going for that ombre look. And the lips are all eyeshadow, which is kind of interesting. I don't know if I'll keep that for videos because I'm not sure how long it's going to actually stay. But if you use shiny or eyeshadow with shimmer, it kind of looks like it's wet. Probably does not hold up if I get too close. But okay. Oh, you love beets, pickled roasted on salads, whatever. I'm not a big fan of them roasted, but in salads, it's my favorite way to eat them. And I don't think I've ever had borscht, which is sort of that Russian beet thing. Thank you, Lynette. Oh, I love the wig. Thank you. Okay, well, I think we have a success, maybe. I will be filming the Jade City video. It's actually going to be the Green Bone video. And I don't know what else. But like I said, I'm thinking about cutting down on the number of videos I do. But we'll see where that goes. Okay, I'll see you guys next week. As always, may all the books you read be blessed.